All right, everybody. Happy, what day? Monday. Happy Monday. Anybody keeping track of our weeks? What week are we in? Anybody know? Nicole probably knows.
I don't.
14? 14 sounds about right.
14, 15.
14 sounds about right. Long time. A lot of habits have probably changed in your lives. Elevate your hips, sit on something comfortable. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to modify today since I had surgery a couple weeks ago. So if you ever weren't quite sure what those modifications look like, you're going to get to see it today. But if you can, you must try your very best. Close your eyes here. Relax your jaw. By now, you should start to be able to find this space where you tune into your breath. Perhaps you can get to that space a little bit more quickly than you could before, but if not, let that be okay. Just meander around through your mind until you find that place where you can settle. Hear your inhale. Keep your mouth closed. Exhale through your nose. Hear your exhale. And what I mean by that is to really listen. Listen for the sound of your breath. And there'll be other sounds in your home. That's okay. There are always going to be other distractions, as present as dust in the air around you that you see when there's sunlight coming in through the window. It's always there. So rather than trying to find the perfect time to practice, the perfect day, the perfect moment, just be where you are right now and just learn how to tune in. Notice how you're sitting. If you can elevate the back of your neck through the crown of your head, making it lighter where your hips rest on your cushion. Belly engaged, shoulders down away from your ears. Let's take 3 slow breaths in and out through the nose together. Begin with your inhale. Breathe in. Pause at the top of that breath. Relax your elbows. Exhale through your nose. Don't force it, just be like it's drifting. Inhale. Nice and slow through the nose. Exhale. Again, inhale. Look at this breath that you always have, and you have this ability to center with your breath. Exhale. It's a practice, it's not just a choice. That's part of the purpose of showing up, is to practice. Keep your eyes closed, just be here in this moment. Bring your hands together at heart center. I invite you to think about right now how there have been some new habits that have emerged over the last few months since we've been living in a different way. For most of you, showing up here on your mat consistently is a new habit. And I'm so proud of you for that. The focus of our practice today for me is going to be really intentional, just really feeling how your body moves, because as you make new habits, you have to do it in a very intentional way. So set your intention for the next 45 minutes or so as we practice together. Then take a deep breath in, open your eyes. Inhale, lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers, press your hands up towards the sky. Oh, it's like that Monday morning. If you ever wondered what it's like if you stop doing yoga, just stop for a week or two and you'll know the difference, I promise. Put your right hand down, your hips are still elevated, soften the right elbow, reach long with your left arm. Turn your face up a little bit and see if you can extend through your elbow so that you have a line from your wrist all the way to the left hip. But if you're pushing and straining, back off a little bit. Lengthen, breathe. Good. See if you can lift with your inhale longer through the left fingers, and then exhale, switch it back all the way around. Left hand down, right hand up. Soften your left elbow. Reach long through your right fingers. Turn your face up a little bit. Let the length come all the way through the right side of your body into your right hip. If you're coming up off your seat, then push yourself back down a little bit. Breathe in. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back to heart center. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers and press the heels of your hands together. Press your chest towards your chin. Draw your shoulder blades together. And breathe. Nicely done, guys. Bring your knees out in front of you. Put your feet flat on the floor. Sit up really well and slide your legs out in front. Your hips are still elevated, and you'll find anytime you have to make a 90 degree of your body where you're bending at the waist, if you're seated, then elevating your hips is always going to help. Flex your toes up towards the sky, and then walk your fingers down your legs till you get to the point where you stop. You're going to know when you stop in the backs of your legs, and then soften through your shoulders, soften through your neck. So here's step one. Sometimes we can do things that like push too hard, and that's how you get awareness. Let's back off from the pushing too hard and just get to the point where you have feeling. So we're engaged and aware, but not pushing to the point that it's too far. We're going to sweep our arms all the way back up to the sky on the inhale. So reach a little bit longer, and then inhale, reach all the way back up. Exhale, this time take your hands through heart center. You know where you're going. Fold. Maybe you find you reach a little bit further this time. Stay here. If you get here and you forgot to breathe, start breathing now. That Ujjayi breath is in and out through your nose. So if you're able to do that, it's kind of like conserving energy. If you imagine, if you're breathing out through the mouth all the time, you're letting all that heat and fire go. So breathe in and out through your nose. All right, 3 more times with the inhale and then the exhale stretch. So here we go. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands through heart center, deep forward fold. All your awareness here is in flexing the feet, dropping the shoulders, feeling the length through the back of your legs. If it's too much to have your legs straight, soften those knees. Just bring them up towards the ceiling a little bit. You're breathing while I'm talking. Slow, steady breath. In and out through the nose. Here we go. Number 2. Ready? Inhale, reach up. Gaze up. Reach up. Exhale. Make it exaggerated. Forward fold. Sometimes exaggerating the breath with the movement is what kind of kicks your mind into that, like, oh, okay, I remember now. We're coordinating. We're yoking the breath with the movement intentionally. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Belly in tight. Keep your belly pulling into spine. Exhale, fold. Good job, guys. Even if your hands don't reach your feet, make your feet active. So reaching the feet towards your face. You can still be anchoring on the backs of the legs, but your feet are really activating, driving through the heels into the ground. That's going to help you find more length over time through the backs of your legs. Oh, good work. Let it go. Come off your seat. Bring yourself to your hands and knees. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. Take your knees about hip width distance apart. And just start to slowly articulate your back. Most of you, maybe you did some yoga this weekend. I bet most of you did not. You didn't maybe have time for yourself in that way. So just take this time, arching through your back, pressing your chin towards your chest. And then dropping your belly, push your tailbone towards the sky, gaze up. Where's your breath? So if you find you're doing this and you don't have the breath, remember in the yoga practice, that's really important. So start connecting your movement with your breath. Good work. Find stillness. Find a flat back. Tummy always drawing in. Check in that you have shoulders stacked right over wrists. Puff up through your ribs and your shoulders. So if you're dropping your chest between your arms, like your armpits are relaxed, I want you to really push through all 10 fingers and elevate. So if you can see the difference with me, here's me putting too much pressure on my shoulder joints, and then here's me really engaging, lifting away, dropping, lifting away. You want to keep that engagement to protect those joints, building muscles. If you get tired, then you can just sit back for a second and then come up. We're here, breathe. All right, let's start to fire it up, y'all. Take your left foot back, press through your heel, toes on the mat, set your gaze forward, belly in, straight up, lift the left leg. The left hip is not going up towards the sky. Right elbow wants to bend, but keep those arms straight. This is where the pushing the mat away becomes really important. I'm building strength through my shoulders by pushing the mat away so you can feel your bones engage into the joints. Left toes are flexed down. Lift your left heel to the degree that you can till you can't get it up any higher without your left hip starting to travel. We're not doing that. We're just staying centered. Like your hip bones or headlights. Breathe here. All right, if you're good here, you're going to stay. If you want more, gaze forward. Take your right hand off the mat. No crashing allowed, right?
Okay.
There you go. So you don't have to fly just yet. You're not taking both hands off the mat, right? Just reach the right hand out. Where's your left elbow? So are you still staying real engaged right here? So today we're focused on intention. So this is really intentional. This straight, strong arm on the left and belly in. I know I have you here for a while. Set your gaze forward, relax, drop your right shoulder, reach, breathe. 3. You're in and out. 2. And 1. Good. Put your right hand down. Take a little rest. Take your toes to touch. Knees out wide, drop your hips back towards your heels. And remember, as you go down to your child's pose, if the floor is too far away, put something underneath your chest or your forehead, like that pillow or a blanket. And just, your child's pose is your reset, so it shouldn't be a big struggle. Breathe here. Last week, Gary was talking about how child's pose, if you have a knee problem, like he has a knee problem, hurts your knees. If it hurts your knees, then just bring your legs a little bit closer together. You can still reset, but just don't go down as far. So if I have my knees out really wide, that may be difficult if you don't have a lot of knee flexibility. So just bring your legs a little closer together. But if you can take your knees out wide, it really opens up through your back and SI joint, which is nice. All right, breathing here in your child's pose. Keeping your mouth closed. What was your intention for today? Every time you get a reset, go back to that intention. And if you have no clue what your intention is, like I offer that and you're like, I have no idea, I just showed up. That's okay. Why don't you just make breathing your intention for today? All right, guys, come on back. Hands and knees. Set yourself up before you start to move. So before you start trying to lift your leg or do anything else, spread out all 10 fingers, draw your shoulder blades down towards the center of your back, push that mat away. Good. Belly in so tight, so we're keeping real engaged through the core. Right foot back. Push your toes into the mat, push your heel back. Take that big stretch here. Set your gaze forward so your energy is not going down, your energy is in the lift. So gaze forward. Mindful the left elbow is going to stay straight as you lift your right heel. It's our tendency to try to get the leg higher, and then you start cocking your right hip up, square your hips, and really squeeze through your glutes. Uh-oh, the left elbow starts to bend, so push into the left shoulder there. Push all 5 fingers, especially in the left hand, into the mat. Flex your toes hard. That means point your toes down and engage through your knee on your right leg. Lift, but don't cock your right hip up. Gaze is forward, not down, so your energy is really in the lift. Breathe here. All right, if you're ready to fly, both hands up. Just kidding. Left hand up. Left hand reaches up. If your shoulder blade can touch your ear, draw your shoulder down. Both elbows straight. Your right leg is working, yes?
Yeah.
Right arm is working, yes?
Yeah.
Get your tummy involved. Pull in through that core. Breathe. Squeeze. Isn't it amazing how you have to be strong and be still? Breathe here. Look forward. One more breath. There you go. There you go. Set your left hand down. Let it go. Breathe it out. Drop back into your child's pose. Forehead to the mat or to your pillow. Rest here. Settle into your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, y'all, let's add on. Come back to your tabletop, hands and knees. Breathe in. Little less time here, but we're gonna do a little bit more. Belly in, nice and strong tabletop. Take your left toes back. Gaze forward, right hand up, left foot up. If you find that then you automatically look down, think about how that would be more like priming you for like a squeezing in type of posture, but we want to extend and lift. So set your gaze forward. Get your right shoulder down away from your ear. Breathe here. Strong, you guys. Come on. Susan, Chris, Mick and Marco, Nicole, Alana, and Tommy showed up, so be strong. Push through your left arm. Reach through your right hand. Lift your left heel. Breathe. Good. Put your right hand down. Keep your left leg up. Take your left foot out off the left edge of your mat. So now it's perpendicular to your mat. And then you can have a nice deep stretch here. Gently drop your hips back. Your left foot is out, straight to the side. Right leg didn't change at all. Hands out in front. So most of you are probably not going to go all the way back here.
Nope.
And still get the benefit of the stretch. So just dropping those hips back a little bit, you're going to feel that a lot inside your left thigh.
Yeah.
Breathe. Yeah. Good. Walk your hands a little closer to your knees. Use your core strength to lift all the way up. Good. Breathe in. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Lean towards the right. A little bit of balance here. Don't go too far. Good. Breathe here. Come back up to center. Good. Now this time we're really going all the way down. So mindfully drop your right hand to the floor. Take your left hand up. Option to lift your left leg as well. If that's too much, just keep your left leg where it is, or maybe there's like a baby lift somewhere in between. You guys know I've been like out for a couple weeks, and it's like you have to reset your mind for baby steps when you're recovering from some kind of injury, right? Baby steps, baby lift with the left leg, and then maybe you really are reaching a lot with your left hand. Breathe here. Good work, guys. Come out the way that you came in. So put your left foot down, put your left hand down, bring your right hand back, sweep your right knee back. No break. Let's get ready for the other side. Nice and strong through the shoulders. Take your right foot back. Set your gaze forward. Kind of do like a little launch here, like you're a 3, 2, 1, inhale, lift. Don't forget to breathe out once you get there. Draw your left shoulder away from your ear. It's a good place where since you have the computer, to just look at yourself if you can see, and make sure that you do have that stack of shoulder, elbow, wrist on your right hand. That really prevents any injury, to those joints, because that's where you hear people say, oh, I blew out my elbow. Well, it would be because you have your hand way out in front, or in this weird angle back here, straight underneath the shoulder. I know I've got you here. Right leg lifting, left hand is up. Gaze forward, send that energy forward into the lift, belly in. Stay with me, breathe, shoulders down, strong, good. Good, Mick and Marco. Breathe, 2, 1. Put your left hand down, swing your right leg out to the side. Graceful, there you go. Drop your hips back just a little bit. Keep your hands on the mat. So if our intention today was awareness of your body, how are we doing?
Oh, yep.
Getting there? All right. I didn't say it was all just like, bubbles and rainbows awareness, right? It's just some awareness of where you're at here. So and gently taking your hips back towards your left heel, but finding this balance here. Good. Bring your hands a little closer to your knee so that then belly in tight, you can lift all the way up. Right leg is still out. Nice strong hip, right over knee on the left side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, grab your left wrist with your right hand, lean towards the left. Whatever you might have been carrying around, you guys, for the last how many months, some idea that things needed to be a certain way. If you have not decided to let it go by now, how about we start today? Start today, just set it aside. Whatever your expectation was that things had to be a certain way, you have to be a certain way, someone else has to be a certain way. If it hasn't happened yet, let it go. Come back up to center. Good work, guys. Bring your hands down. You can peel your right arm up towards the sky and lift your right leg. Wait. Breathe there. Put your right hand down. Come back to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. First downward dog of the day. First down dog for me in a couple weeks. So reminder, where your down dog is most successful and safe is feet hip-width distance apart. Your gaze between your toes, soften your knees. There's no reason to lock out your knees, but your elbows are straight. That's really protecting those joints. All 10 fingers spread out. If you're way long and you're more in a plank, shorten up your dog a little bit. So just bring your hands closer to your feet so you're in inverted V. Looks good, guys. Breathe here. All right, good work. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, shift forward, your favorite pose. I'm going to modify knees down or full plank. Find that plank. If your knees are down, they're behind you, not in the tabletop. So before we were in tabletop, if you're modifying, knees come down behind you. You're just working on that core and shoulder strength. Otherwise, look at you guys rocking it out in your high plank. Good work. Set your gaze forward. And remember, before we pushed up into the shoulder blades, push up into the shoulder blades. So even more, I want to see the lift through the rounding of your back. Stay here, breathe. If you're on your knees and you feel tempted to just go into that full plank, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you're breathing. Come on, stay with me. 3, 2, on your exhale, take it back to your downward facing dog. Sigh it out. Good work, guys. Pedal out your knees here. That just means bend them one at a time. Shake your head side to side. If your wrists hurt, then you can take a break, or, you know, as we practice, you can always try to elevate the wrists, but keep your fingers on the mat, maybe with a towel or something like that. All right, let's do that 2 more times. Ready? Each time you're getting better, because that's what happens when you practice. Inhale, lift up to your tippy toes. Exhale, shift forward, high plank, or modified like me. Push that mat away, belly in. So even if you're modified, you're still working. And if you are modifying and you don't have an injury that's a reason not to try, then go ahead and go back and forth between that modification and the full plank, because you're going to really build your strength that way. So you might go from plank to knees, plank to knees. I know your arms are tired. Yes? You're going to be okay. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. Come on, guys. Let me hear you breathe it out. All right. How you doing? You're surviving? Did you miss me? All right. Inhale. Here we go. Tippy toes. High plank. Last one. So if your energy and your gaze are all over the place and you're thinking about how you might not like this, I want you to bring all your intention into your breath. Here we go. In through the nose, out through the nose. Hold your gaze steady on one spot. So we align all your energy to make you more powerful. Breathe in, breathe out. Just try. That's all anybody can ask of you. Last breath. Good work, guys. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Let's get off the wrists. Walk your feet towards your hands, or you could go through your hands and knees. Meet me at the top of your mat in a nice, deep, soft forward fold. Find a rag doll. Grab your elbows. Let the crown of your head hang. Sway a little bit side to side. So we're not going for like world's greatest flexible person here, right? We're just allowing your head to be soft, getting your head a little bit lower than your heart. Release your hands. Bring your feet together. Inhale, roll all the way up. Let your gaze follow your fingers as you reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, close your eyes, bring your hands together at heart center. Rock the weight back into your heels, lift your toes up off the bed. Right here, right away, you should be able to close your eyes and go inward, finding your breath. Go back to your intention. Take this moment, friends, right now. What are you grateful for today? Manifest your gratitude. Don't just keep that to yourself. Show others that living a life full of gratitude is what can help you to have more peace, more clarity, more authenticity. Toes are light. Squeeze your glutes. Lift through your ribs, but keep your shoulders down. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Let go of whatever you've been carrying around if it's not serving you anymore. Breathe in. Breathe out. I know some of you are being tested in your circumstance. Do the best you can. Take a deep breath in, open your eyes, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Step your left foot back. Meet me in this lunge. If this is too much and your knees are not happy here, or for whatever reason you want to drop all the way down, you have that choice and you could have your back knee down. Otherwise, you don't have to be in the lowest lunge ever, but do have a bend in your front knee and a lift through your back leg on the toes of your left foot. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands together at heart center. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Do it with breath, y'all. Come on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Open yourself up, warrior two. So your back foot pivots to be long edge of the mat. Still have a bend in the right knee. Now your hips are a little happier. They're facing the side of the mat. Take your arms out to the side, shoulders nice and relaxed. Breathe. Let's stay here 3 breaths. Shoulders low. Spread your fingers out. This is your I'm strong, I'm showing up pose. So be there. Own it. Take your shoulders out. Spark your fingers. Belly in. Breathe. Drop your left hand. Reach your right hand up towards the sky. At least up towards the sky. Maybe more. Reaching a little bit deeper. Taking a reverse warrior. Let your face be up towards the sky just like we did at the beginning. Breathe here. Sweep your right arm to your right elbow, or right thigh. So right elbow to right thigh. You might stay here, left hand on your hip, if that's enough for you. If not, you can take your left hand a little further. Reach your left hand long. All right, if you're feeling feisty today, here's your option to fire it up. Right now, you've got a lot of weight bearing through your right arm on the right knee. Lunge more into the right leg so your right thigh gets very strong using that right quadricep. Spread out the toes on your right foot, no clenching. And if you want to fire it up, you're going to take your right hand out, reach with both arms long. And you are breathing. Remember to breathe. Stay there. Come on, reach. 2 and 1. Everybody meet back, warrior 2. Straighten out your right leg. Turn your toes to the long edge of your mat. Your choice, you can take your hands behind your back or take your hands out wide, but everybody find a deep forward fold. Just drop your head towards the mat. Find that deep forward, side facing forward fold here. Good, let your head hang. Soften your back. If you need an anchor, you can reach for the backs of your heels, or your hands might just reach for the mat. You could reach for the backs of your legs, or not. All right, this is all about core and back, so hug everything in. See if you can come up like you were a flat back, like you had a rod in your back. Lift all the way up. Good. Turn yourself to your left foot. Pivot onto your right toes, bend your left knee. Inhale, reach up. Here we are, we're in high lunge facing the other direction. So left foot forward, right toes back. Good. Bend in the left knee, trying to lift through the right knee. Breathe here. So this is what a good modification looks like if you have hip issues. I have a pretty deep bend in my back leg in order to give me a little bit more stability. If you don't have hip issues, then you can really push through that right knee and extend. Let's inhale and bring hands to heart center 3 times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fully intentional here, guys. So get into that breath, exaggerate it. Tell your brain, this is what we're about. Exhale, hands to heart center. You show up. This moment of focus gets you on track for the rest of your day. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Good work, guys. Breathe here. Take a deep breath in, reach up. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. So that's front foot forward, back foot aligned, parallel to the edge of the mat. You're dropping your hips down, but only the front knee is bending. Turn your gaze towards your front knee and look out over your front finger. Breathe here. Left leg is bent, right leg straight. Good, one more breath. All right, drop your right hand, reach your left hand up towards the sky. Maybe a little deeper, softening into your left leg more, really getting long, like wrist to hip, you are reaching so long on the left hand. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your left elbow towards your left thigh. Find that support. Right hand can come up, over. All right, let's get really active and engaged with this left leg. So bend your left knee so that you're strong through this whole left big leg muscle, holding this leg up, because that's really your anchor here. Push your heel on your right foot into the mat to engage the right leg. And then if you want more, ready, you can fire it up. Reach both hands off the thigh. Good, Alana.
Oh.
Reaching there. Good. Reaching. Bending. Good, Susan. Reach through your fingertips. 3, 2, 1. Come back, warrior 2. Nicely done, Chris. Breathe here. Straighten out your front leg. Turn your toes to the long edge of your mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, take a big forward fold. Looks great, you guys. Tommy and Marco, very good. Breathe here. Your hands don't have to reach the floor. If they do, you can walk your hands on the floor like spider fingers over to the right. If they don't reach, then just turn your body over to the right, anchor somewhere on your right leg. So you're just twisting a little bit towards the right. My knees are straight. I'm like still in this wide side facing forward fold. Remember, guys, one of the benefits of yoga is length and strength together. Come back to center. Take yourself the other direction. Maybe your hands travel on the floor. Maybe they just travel to that knee. So order of operations, find your physical posture. Set your gaze, breathe. So get there and then settle. Hold your gaze and breathe. Good. Come back to center. Nice, guys. Hands on your hips, use a flat back. Use your core and back, rise all the way up. Good. Toe heel your feet together a little bit. This is our last thing with some strength. Bring your feet out, heels in. Take your arms up like your goalpost arms, and then drop your hips. So in a nice wide squat here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Close your eyes. I want all the intention to really be in your balance and your strength. So dropping your tailbone down, pushing your thighs open. So if you are crowding your knees down, you're putting too much strain on your knees. So then just take your stance a little bit closer together. Good. All right, 3 times we're going to open and shut the arms. The purpose here is for you to connect your breath with movement while you're holding this strong pose, all right? So don't get too caught up in the movement, just do it to breathe. Here we go. Close the elbows together. Exhale, open. Close the elbows together. Exhale, open. Can your tailbone go any lower? Close your elbows together. Good. Exhale, lower. It was somewhat rhetorical, somewhat not, right? Last one. Exhale, elbows together. Open, stand all the way up. Big stretch here. Good work, guys. Take a walk to the top of your mat. Cross your ankles. Sit all the way down. Make our way nice and slow all the way down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Put both feet on the floor and drop your knees towards the right. Keep your left shoulder grounded. Here's the part where you have softened up. You can allow yourself to melt a little bit. Use this time just for you. For some of us, I know I used to be much more this way. It's like the second you get to the point where you're not moving a lot, you start to think of other things. If checking your email, looking at your to-do list, what do you have to do next? If that happens to you, guys, give yourself this time. It's like going to all the trouble to make a homemade cake and then you decide to just walk away and you don't finish frosting and decorating it. Like, take it all the way through. Bring your knees back up to center. Drop your knees gently to the left. Extend your right hand out long. And gaze over your right hand. Keep both shoulders on the mat so you're not dropping your knees so far that it makes you roll over. That means your knees don't have to go all the way to the floor. They can just gently drop towards the left. Bring your knees back up to center. Take both hands out like a T. Put your heels on the floor, toes are light, and lift your hips, opening through your back and your hips. Feel all the weight pressing through the shoulders and the backs of your arms. Breathe here. Inhale, exhale. Lower your hips nice and slow all the way down. Gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Keep your legs out. We'll do that 2 more times, connecting with breath. You may keep your eyes closed because our intention is just to really be aware in your body. So ready? Deep breath in, drive through your heels, lift your hips. When you get there, you can put your toes back down on the floor, but really squeeze through your glutes, press into your shoulders so you're really lifting. Lift so much that you find such good engagement. It's like you're looking for the lightness even through the strength. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Little soft toss of your knees side to side. This is really good for bringing your stretch through the hip flexors and alignment through the back. So listen closely to the sequence. When you press through your heels, that's your drive, not through the toes. So press through the heels, allow that to lift. That's going to engage through the backs of your legs and your glutes. Squeeze your glutes together, lift your hip bones high, and then let the weight really press into the back of your shoulders. Now, if you're not breathing, I think it's good to breathe. Good, inhale, exhale. Nicely done, lower all the way down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and let your knees just drop out to the side. If that's really uncomfortable for you, you could keep one leg up and just extend one leg out. Or if you don't have to do too much running around the house to do it, you could support the outsides of your knees with a pillow or a blanket. Breathe here. So friends, I'll tell you something that I hope is motivational. I don't do anything except yoga, really. I mean, it's in terms of exercise. That's the thing that I make time for. And it's consistent, but I'm not doing anything crazy. And I do my yoga practice regularly with you guys, and also as part of us, with some strength, but it's still yoga. When I had surgery a couple weeks ago, the surgeon said, all your muscles were so toned, and they had to sew my abdominal muscles back together as part of the hernia repair. He said, your abdominal muscles were like pipes. So I was really happy. But my point being that, like, I'm not going to CrossFit and I'm not doing some, gym workout and all of that stuff. It's just yoga. And because of yoga, I had the confidence to go have this surgery, knowing that I would be able to get back on my feet pretty quickly. Whereas when the hernia happened, 10, 12 years ago from lifting Ava, I was afraid that the surgery would be too hard to recover from amidst all the other things I have to do to take care of her. So keep showing up, friends. Your body and your mind change shape slowly. Bring your knees back together. Take your legs out nice and long. Take a big stretch, fingers to toes. Maybe point and flex your toes here. And then take your hands out by your sides. If there's anything else that you want to do before you settle down, this is your time. So if you want to take a happy baby, or you want to find some way to support yourself during your final rest, you can certainly do that. Propping a pillow up underneath your knees is nice. Elevating your hips. Taking your legs, putting them against the wall, or just be here. Breathe in and breathe out. Have the confidence, the faith to know that when you continue to try, it may happen slowly, but these new habits help give you a new shape. They help make your better parts even better. And give you the courage to lay down the things that you might be carrying that are breaking you. Focus your mind on your breath. Inhale and exhale. Reminding yourself of the intention you set at the beginning of your class. When you're ready, reach your arms up above your head. Take a big stretch. Big breath in, big breath out. Circle out your wrists. Maybe move your ankles and bend your knees. Just open up your legs a little bit side to side. Appreciating these joints. When you're ready, roll over to your right side. Keep your eyes closed so you feel yourself moving through space. And then meet me at your mat with your hands at heart center. You learn to speak by speaking, to study by studying, to run by running, to work by working. In just the same way, you learn to love by loving. In learning to love, we start where we are, somewhere selfish, somewhere self-centered, but with a deep desire to relate lovingly to each other, to move closer and closer together. Love grows by practice. There is no other way. There will be setbacks as well as progress, but there is one immediate consolation. We don't have to wait until our love is perfect to reap the benefits. Even with a little progress in practice, everyone benefits, not only those we live with, but ourselves as well. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Let's see.